I'm Robert West of Baker McKenzie. I'm a lawyer. I specialise in the pensions, employee benefits and employment law areas. My firm is a large global law firm. In terms of well-being, I think it's become such an important focus for employers, particularly if you take our business. So Baker McKenzie as a law firm is very much involved in fairly high pressure deals. Of course, long hours culture is something, I'm afraid, that flows through to an extent with law firms and legal practice. Now, well-being, I think, has really come onto our agenda, particularly over the last 10 years, when we recognise that notwithstanding that long hours culture, we've actually got to do something to assist our employees to develop themselves within that environment and to do it in a way that doesn't really prejudice their well-being. Frankly, we want people to enjoy their careers, not to suffer from stress, to attempt to do what we can to alleviate these problems or to identify them before they occur and provide generally a supportive working atmosphere. In terms of what's happened over the last 10 years or so, and particularly in the last 3 or 4 years with our Baker Wellbeing project, we've really noticed that employees, I think, have got a much more positive approach to their own lifestyles, apart from anything else. As I say, we can't really change the long hours culture, but what we can do is provide a much more supportive working environment. And that takes in a lot of areas, such as diet, encouraging exercise, programs of health screening and the like. And all of those things, I think, come together generally with the backdrop of a much more supportive role for the HR department, for example, within the organisation. So yes, I have. I've seen a big development in that area. Very positive. First of all, in terms of interest in the talks, I think it's been a fascinating morning so far. So on the basis of seeing lots of different elements, many of which I relatively rarely come across in my day-to-day life, at least in terms of the legal advice that I give. But I think it's been a tremendous morning, lots of ideas to take away, and in terms of looking at how things may develop over the next few years, I'm sure employers will become more focused, and I think one of the important takeaways in particular is to try to focus not just on the larger employers, but to provide support for smaller employers who may want to participate in some of these programs but not necessarily have the resources to do it. And from my perspective, a legal perspective, I think it's important also for the government to engage, as it's showing some signs of doing, to engage with the promotion of initiatives of this sort.